my name is Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK. I am filming this on Halloween. Happy Halloween. As you know, I'm not a big Halloween fan, but I am a fan of special occasions. So I did some fancy makeup. Not scary, they're bubbles. And I have on the most scariest t-shirt I own. And that's also my lounge fly of the day. My Heffalumps and Woozles lounge fly, because nothing more scarier than Heffalumps and Woozles stealing your honey. But that's all beside the point. That actually has nothing to do with today's video. Today's actually more of a Christmassy video, which you're watching this in November, so I feel like festive season is in full swing now. We have got a Vinted parcel to unbox. I just went to my local every pickup point to collect it. I've got 4 plushies in here. 3 are from a series that I now need to complete, which I will get onto when we get into it. I really hope everything's okay in here, because I can feel there's a box inside the package and the box feels like someone sat on it, which is true every style, so I shouldn't be surprised. But let's just hope they're all okay, because if I can remember correctly, they are all still got their Disney Store tags on, which you know is important for me with my beanie Pooh Bears. So hopefully they're all still okay, and they've been well packaged within the box, because the box itself doesn't feel very good. So I think without further ado, let's open it up. I think it's definitely a good job that this seller put the box inside a bag, because if the box had just arrived like this, it wouldn't have been good. So it's a good job they put it in a bag for that extra protection, because that's been sat on. Every has such a bad name for itself, but they're the most convenient like courier to use nowadays. You'd think they'd improve on their services, but no. Okay, good. They are in bubble wrap inside the box, but I'm so grateful she put the box inside a bag, because otherwise I'd have probably lost some of these in postage. That has happened to me before in the past. I've ordered off of Vinted, and because of like every just being like bad with their parcels, it was in a bag and the plushies were just inside a bag, and I remember I ordered 3 plushies and only 2 arrived because 1 had fell out of the hole. So when sellers do stuff like this where it's got double layers, if something had fell out of this box, it would have just gone into the bag. So I appreciate that. And I also appreciate bubble wrap, extra packaging. We appreciate that. This seller on Vinted had so many Winnie the Poohs for sale, all with their tags on. So clearly a collector knows what they're dealing with. And I always find when I deal with people selling their collections, they do appreciate the value of things and the collectorness, that's not a word, you know what I mean, of it. And they go the extra step to protect things, like what we found the other week with the Pez I got. Anyway, we've got 4 plush in here. They're all Christmas related. One of them I just thought was too cute to miss. I hadn't seen him before. The other 3 are from a series I didn't know about, but I think it's going to be such a fun series to collect. I think it's going to be very hard to collect, but I said that with my Beatles plush set, and look at me now with that. But I feel the fact that I'd never heard of this plush set before is going to make it harder, but that's all the fun of it. The one at the top is the one by itself, so we'll go show you him first and then we'll go to this new set. I had it in my mind that they all had the tags on. The other 3 definitely have. He hasn't got his Disney Store tag on, but he has still got his little fabric tag, so you can see he is one of the Disney Store ones. He hasn't got the one on him that says his name, because these ones usually have a little white one that say what his name is, but I can definitely remember he is a Christmas one of some sort. I've got my phone on charge, I don't know if I can quite stretch to look at it. Let me just get the Vinted listing up. But you can see he's wearing a nice little 2-piece. He's got his waistcoat, he's got his shirt, a bow tie, some very dapper red trousers, and I think I'm guessing this is a bauble. I'm guessing he's like decorating for a Christmas party, I'm guessing. I'm sure the seller had his name on Vinted. It's definitely a Christmas Pooh of some sort. Let me just load it up. The listing has got him called Winnie the Pooh Country Christmas Pooh. Country Christmas Pooh. And the seller had him listed for £5, and the other 3 were in a bundle of 15, so the total would have come to £20, but I requested a bundle offer and I requested £16, and the seller did accept that. So I got all 4 plushies for £16, which I'm quite happy with, and obviously I then had to pay the bar protection fee and the postage on top of all of that, but £16 for 4 plushies I feel is very good. And it was actually him that came up on like my homepage of Vinted, and whenever I see these style Pooh Bears on my homepage, I'll always then click onto the seller's page to have a look through, because most of the time they have got other versions of these Poohs on their page. And that's when I then saw the next three, which I just couldn't miss. I was going to leave him and just get the other three, but I couldn't. Christmas is my favourite time of year. I'm sure you all know that. And since the other three are all Christmas related, I had to get him. And I just love how it looks like he's planning a party. I might just need to get like a little bit of sellotape to just pull off a bit of hairs on his jacket. But he was too cute to leave behind, and especially being able to get the little bit of discount with my little requested bundle offer. I never like to be too cheeky when I make offers, but it's one of those things, if you don't ask, you don't get. It won't be long until I get my Christmas stuff out of the attic and make my little Christmas display like I did last year, so he will obviously be going onto that. I might see if I could get him stood next to my little tree and like attach the bauble onto one of the branches so it looks like he's decorating with trees, because my tree in my room is mainly Winnie the Pooh decorations, but I have got silver baubles just to like fill the gaps on it, and that looks like my baubles. So how cute would that be? But yeah, that is the first Pooh, Country Christmas Pooh. Now I am so excited for this venture we're about to set up on. 2025 was about finishing my Beatles plush collection, and I feel like going into 2026 it's going to be about completing this collection. As I said, I never knew it existed until I saw it, so it might be a bit harder to find, but that's what I always say, that's all the fun in collecting. So it is called Winnie the Pooh 12 Days of Pooh International Collection. From that, what I got from that is I think, I haven't done much research into this is just my educated guess looking at the Vinted listing. I think there's going to be 12 Winnie the Poohs to collect, and I think they're going to be different versions of Santa from around the world, because I think on the label it says like number 1 of 12 and what country the Pooh Bear is from, because obviously all countries have different versions of what Santa is to them, and I think that's what this collection is. I can't remember what countries we have got here and what numbers they are, so and I also don't know what ones there are to get in the collection, so I'm gonna have a little bit of research to do, but let's just have a look at the ones we've got first. Let's go for this one first. Look at him! Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. So this is Saint Nicholas Pooh from Austria. There's his little tag, and there's a little bit on the back. In Austria, Santa is known as Saint Nicholas. Gifts are placed under the tree and opened after dinner on Christmas Eve. 12 Days of Pooh International Santa Collection, number 5 in the series. I'm so excited about this set. So this is Austria Santa. So Pooh Bear has got on his little moustache, his beard, he's got a green hat on, and then like a green bottoms with some little boots on. He's got a red cloak on, which is kind of very similar to like what traditional Santa, when I think of Santa, I think of like a red coat, red hat, big black belt, you know, like white fluffy bits on his coat, big back that's a sentence, big black boots. That was a tongue twister. So the coat is quite similar to what I think of Santa. It's just the green I wouldn't normally associate with Santa. I love that he is holding a tree. Also the beard is obviously the same as what I associate with Santa. That is so cute. I love that they've got these tags on it. Some of my Pooh Bears have got protective cases around their tags. I might see if I can order them online to protect like these, because I feel like for this set this is very important. Oh, I also didn't notice on the tag, I always find this very interesting. This is obviously from Disney Store US, because the pricing is all in dollars. So it's originally $9.50 US dollars, and in Canadian dollars it was $14.50. I don't know what that relates to in pounds. Obviously these were, the whole Disney Store beanies is from the late 90s, early noughties, and I think if you were to release this sort of thing nowadays, it'd be obviously a lot more. I mean, the Disney Store doesn't really sell plush this size nowadays. I think the like size small plush they sell nowadays is like 22 centimeters. And if I have learnt anything from my friend Lizzie in Disney, I'm sure you all know about her, in her plush review videos, she often notes that Disney Store do £1 per centimetre. So the 22 centimetre plushes are £22. Have I got anything nearby that is about that? They're about this size. He's not new, but that's just to put it into perspective of what things are nowadays. This is like classed as a small plush in nowadays Disney stores, so I'd be very interested to know what Disney store would mark this up as nowadays. So that is Austria Pooh Bear. Is Santa listening to me? I just went to grab the next one out of the box and there's a protective case. Is Santa actually listening to me? What kind of Christmas magic is this? Okay, it's a bit big for it. It does the job. That is a bit of Christmas magic, is it not? Okay, on to the next one. Okay, his protective case is better sizing for him. Oh my goodness, look at you. You are so cute. Look. He's got a little lantern. His moustache is different. His beard is like the same, but his moustache is different. He's got a long moustache. He's got a bit of holly round here. Right, let's see where he's from. I just saw where he's from. I was about to say I could not guess where he is from. I would not have guessed this. This is United Kingdom Pooh Bear. I have never seen a Santa that looks like this in the United Kingdom. I mean, I'm guessing it is all based on like traditional Santa, not like the commercialized Santa that we're all used to. But I've never seen something like this. But there you go, just to take my word for it. Father Christmas Pooh Santa from the United Kingdom. In England, Santa is known as Father Christmas. He delivers gifts and is usually shown with holly, ivy or mistletoe. And he is number 3 in the series. I would have never guessed him as United Kingdom. What was I literally just saying on the last one? I don't associate Santa with green. Yes, I associate Christmas with red and green, but for me Santa is just like red, white and black. They're like the colours I'd associate with Santa. But anyway, let's go through him. So his beard is like in 2 parts. He's like got a bit of a, he's cut a bit of a slit up the middle of his beard there. And look at his moustache. That is an interesting moustache. And then his hat is just like a little green. It's like a Peter Pan hat sort of style, but on either side, just by his ears, he has got bits of holly, which, as on the little information tag, apparently English Santa is always associated with holly, ivy or mistletoe. And then as for his jacket, it's more of like a robe. So it's this dark green with a brown belt, and then he's got on like brown fluffy bits around his sleeves and the collar, and he's got some green trousers on underneath there as well. And those literally look like slippers. They're just little slippers. And my favourite part about him, he's got this little like lantern on a stick. I wouldn't have put him as the United Kingdom Santa, but he is very cool. I love his little lantern. He looks like he's in his pyjamas. I mean, is this what Santa looks like the rest of the year when he's not delivering presents, and then when he comes to deliver his presents he puts on his big red suit? Is this what he looks like when he's going out to the stables to get all the reindeers ready? That's why he's got his lantern. But anyway, this is United Kingdom Santa number 3 in the series. Although I wouldn't have guessed that that was the English Pooh Bear, I do think it's very cool that I got my own country in the first bundle of me getting this collection. I think that is very cool. Anyway, final one. Let's see who we've got. Okay. This one's outfit is more getting towards what I think of Santa, especially the belt. If you swapped the brown bits on his coat for white and this brown bit on his hat for white, then you've got like what I think of Santa. So he's got on this hat. It just needs like a little pom-pom at the bottom of that point there, and then you've got a hat. He's got the, I'm just looking at the other ones over there. He's got the smallest beard out of them all, but a very similar moustache to them all. We've already kind of talked about his, oh, I don't know if you just saw the tag there and spoiled what country he's from. We've already talked about his coat a bit, but he's got some brown trousers. Oh no, he's got red trousers on underneath, and then it goes into his boots. This is probably the closest to what I think of when I think of Santa. But as I said, you just need to swap the brown fur for white fur, and then you've got Santa. And what has he got in his hand? It's a bit flat, but just needs to stand up a bit. He's got a mini Christmas tree in his hand. Okay, and his tag. The illustrations of them are so cute. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't like pronouncing things that I'm not good at. Santa Claus? I want to say it's Santa Claus. It's like Santa Claus, but it's Santa spelt with an I. S-I-N-T-E-R-K-L-A-A-S. Santa Claus? And this is Pooh Santa from 19th century America. And what does it say on the back? In 19th century America, Santa was introduced to the US by the Pennsylvanian Dutch who was called Santa Claus. That is very interesting. I'm learning lots through these. I'm very excited to collect the rest of them and learn more about the Santas of the world. And he is number 1 in the series. So we have got number 1, 19th century America, number 3, United Kingdom, and number 5, Austria. So 19th century America, United Kingdom, and Austria. I am going to go off and do some homework to find out the rest of the ones in the series, and now the hunt begins to complete the set. Obviously, as I said, I'm filming this on Halloween, so I've still got like a month until the festive season officially kicks off. For me, it kicks off on November 1st, so tomorrow, but officially speaking, it kicks off obviously on December 1st. So I've got about a month to get some more, but I'd be very surprised if I complete the set by Christmas. I'd like to get some more before Christmas because that'd be quite cool, but I feel like this is going to be a new mission to set out on. But I will definitely do my research to find out what other countries I am missing. But we still got another 9 to go. But I'm so excited. So let me just grab the other one. For £16, I am very happy with these. And also, before I forget, I do need to mark everything as okay on Vinted, so I'll do that in a second. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I feel like it's been a while since we've done a Vinted unboxing of finds. Obviously, we did the eBay Pez one the other week, but it's been a while since I've sat down and done a Vinted unboxing with you, and I'm so excited that we were able to start off this new collection together. I'm so excited about this. It's always fun finding things that I didn't know about, and I feel like this is going to be such a fun one going forward because we get to learn about things as we go. We're learning about like the world through Winnie the Pooh, which is just so cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do pop that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more from moi, do click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell, and you might as well. You're already down there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!